round lights inside a blacked grille. Ford's Super Duty has nothing like it. This truck runs a trailering display architecture GM has never certified across 3 separate screens working together before. And I'm saving that explanation for later in this video. Stay with me, because that system is the whole reason this truck exists. As for the $88,000 question, my answer depends entirely on whether you're chasing raw torque numbers or a smarter way to actually manage a heavy trailer, because those are 2 very different priorities. We're covering the exterior, stepping into the cabin, then breaking down the powertrain specs that actually matter. But first, the backstory, because this truck didn't come out of a normal product planning cycle. It came out of something far more specific than that. Everyone's eyes go straight to those triple round lights. That's not the engineering story. The real story sits behind the dash. 3 displays working as one trailering command system, not stacked apps on a single screen. A conventional layout buries tow data inside a menu. This one doesn't, because cluster, main display, and secondary display each carry a dedicated job. Ford still runs its trailering tools through one shared screen. Synchronized Trailer Command Display. The 3 screens split navigation, terrain data, and trailer diagnostics automatically. The logic is simple. 1 screen doing 3 jobs means compromise. 3 doing 1 job each doesn't. It closes the gap between glancing at your trailer and actually managing it. Step inside, and this truck makes its case louder. The seats wear perforated gray leather with a honeycomb quilt pattern that feels closer to a Cadillac Escalade cabin than a work truck bench. That's intentional, not incidental. The seat memory button sits directly on the seat itself, not buried inside a touchscreen menu, so a gloved hand on a cold job site finds it by feel. Ford routes that same setting through its infotainment system. On a January morning with frozen fingers, tactile wins every time. Driver load pattern monitoring. Sensors embedded in the seat cushion track weight shift patterns during long-haul tow hauls, flagging fatigue before it becomes dangerous. It's specific to this truck's long-haul towing mission, not a generic driver attention gimmick. It closes the gap between feeling tired and recognizing it in time. Missed the mark. 3 active screens is genuinely impressive, but at highway speed, finding the one control you actually need takes a beat longer than Ford's simpler single-screen layout. That's a real trade-off worth knowing about, not a flaw to ignore outright. The exterior is where that competitive intent gets loud. Here's what actually triggered this. Ford's Super Duty lineup built a real lead in trailering technology, and GM lost buyers specifically over that gap, not raw power. The brief wasn't build a nicer Silverado HD, it was close the trailering tech gap before more loyal buyers defected to Ford for that reason alone. Every screen and sensor on this truck traces back to that one gap. Front bumper, integrated auxiliary lighting, and a recovery-rated mounting structure built into the frame rails, not a styling add-on. Grille, 3 round LED elements stacked for low-light trail and job site visibility at range. Hood, a functional scoop feeding the underhood cooling package under sustained tow loads on long grades. Wheels, matte black off-road wheels wrapped in aggressive mud-terrain rubber, filling the arch with real usable clearance. Rear, a full-width illuminated light bar with embossed Silverado HD lettering and integrated recovery points built directly into the bumper structure, not bolted underneath as an afterthought. Load path engineering like that trailering sensor array holds its value for years. Bolt-on tow accessories don't. None of that architecture matters without the numbers behind it. Engine, 6.7-liter DURAMAX turbo diesel V8, 470 horsepower, 975 pound-feet of torque. Allison 10-speed, automatic, 4-wheel drive. Those numbers won't out-torque Ford's high-output Power Stroke, but they'll out-organize it on every single tow, every single time. Predictive trailer brake balancing. The same sensor network from Speculative Tech No. 1 reads trailer sway and pitch, adjusting brake output per axle before the driver ever feels it start to sway. It's the exact gap Ford's integrated trailer brake controller leaves open on sudden crosswind gusts on an open highway. It removes driver reaction time from the equation entirely. Ford's high-output power stroke wins outright torque, 1,200 pound-feet to this truck's 975. Ram's Cummins HO splits the difference at 1,075. Neither one unifies its trailering data across 3 coordinated displays the way this truck does. Engineering case closed. Now, the money question. Now, here's what I actually think, completely straightforward. That trailering tech gap explains nearly every decision here. The triple-screen command system, the seat load monitoring, even those stacked round lights up front. Whether GM actually closed the gap depends entirely on whether you value raw torque numbers or genuinely smarter, safer trailer management more on the roads you actually drive.
Expect this configuration to land around $88,000. A comparably equipped Ford F-250 with the high-output power stroke runs closer to $95,000 for more torque but a single-screen trailering setup. And the standard gas Silverado 2500 HD starts around $48,695. So you're paying roughly $40,000 for the diesel, the trailering architecture, and the automated sensor systems layered on top. On residual value, factory-integrated trailering technology like this sensor network has historically held up better at trade-in than aftermarket tow packages because it shows up as a documented build code on the window sticker, not a bolt-on accessory a dealer has to appraise blind. Plan on a 4 to 5 year hold, and this configuration should depreciate more like specialized towing equipment than a styling package. If you tow regularly and want the smartest system managing that trailer, this is the better buy over an equivalent Ford. If maximum torque on paper is your only real priority, Ford still wins that number outright, no argument there. This truck earns its premium through unified trailering intelligence, not raw torque figures on a spec sheet. Those triple lights I opened with? They're the same sensor logic running everything behind this dash. I genuinely love to hear from anyone who's towed heavy with a high-output power stroke Ford or Ram Cummins HO. How did the trailer behave in crosswinds? Next up, DURAMAX Predator against that Ford F-250, spec for spec. Subscribe so you don't miss it. $88,000 for this DURAMAX Predator or $95,000 for a comparable